Not really.
No, that wasn't the time.
Okay. Let me look at that picture. Let him record it.
If we must speak about humanity, we can talk about the Japanese American communal living. According to livestream.com, proper medical care was rarely accessible, and so numerous people died or suffered greatly because their lack of treatment. According to Executive Order 9066, President Roosevelt promised Japanese Americans furnishing of medical aid and hospitalization, which was the truth.
Okay. So as I was talking about the 14th Amendment, I'd also like to state the 15th Amendment that says, the right of citizens to vote shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or any state on account of race, color, or previous condition of servitude. So why we're I like to say that Japanese internment camps were not fair because if the 15th Amendment states it, then shouldn't the U.S. go by their own amendments? Also, in the Declaration of Independence, it says, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal, including Japanese Americans, which were legal citizens, a large majority, about 70%. And they are endowed by their Creator with unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How's the pursuit of happiness when you're being sent to an internment camp? How is it life and liberty when you're being torn away from your home and the business? I mean, like, if you're if a neighbor just walks up to you saying that if I was Japanese, a neighbor would probably walk up to me and say, "You bombed Pearl Harbor, but you eat from my shop. You eat my sushi, so how is this?"
You eat that sushi. It's good.
Does it look like, and I've been here for about like 3 generations, does it look like I've done anything? Heck, I don't even speak Japanese anymore. Most of them didn't even.
The add-on before Nazir goes after me, some people in the internment camps called it concentration camps because of how much it resembled it, because they really didn't have anything. They had to line up for communal bathrooms, and I think
disloyalty, 5,000 people went to leaving as well. Maybe they didn't want to because as the U.S. wanted to separate them from the rest, how was it really their fault for being Japanese ancestors?
Let me see that.
Reminisce.
this picture shows children showing their loyalty for the United States despite their Japanese ancestry, and you're deciding that everybody else is just going to be loyal to the Japanese. You didn't ask everybody in the world. You didn't ask every Japanese man. You just took 5,000 and then suspected that everybody else were traitors or saboteurs.
Also, oh, well, I want to burn it.
Okay, so we do acknowledge that most of the Japanese Americans were loyal, but if we don't know who is who, and like we can't like have a table and say, oh, we can't line people up and say, are you loyal? Are you loyal? Because first of all, we can't trust people. So we put them in internment camps because we can't trust everybody. We also put them in internment camps because we took them away from their home because most of their homes are around like oil wells, ship banks, and airports and stuff. So they can take advantage of that.
Okay, so war is a time of hardships, you know. So we had to think fast and quickly. We had to make the best decisions we could, and the internment camps was the best decision we could make. So even though it might have been wrong to y'all, it was the best thing we could think of, because we couldn't go by asking everybody, how long have you been in America, you know? So it's like we had to think fast before the next planes came.
And we also, you guys say, oh, you were torn apart from your business, but we also helped you guys sell that business. Not like we just took it away from you, didn't get any profit or anything out of it. So, and we acknowledge that you guys did a lot. Like you guys had shops and stuff. We shopped there. Of course, we shopped there. But if we think you're a threat, then you just gotta go. Oh. And we in the tournament camps, you guys said it was all bad. Some were actually pretty good, and some were we acknowledge that most were bad. But again, where we gonna pit all of you guys? If we would throw you in the desert, then we would have looked like the bad guys. Like we can't get a break. Secondly, we did give housing. It might not have been the best housing, but it was housing. Like we just made you sleep outside. We gave you food. It might not have been enough, but it still helped us. It still helped many of you survive. We let you guys build churches. We let you guys have church services. We let you guys have school sessions. We let you guys have a newspaper. We let you guys have people who take care of a daycare. So the fact that you guys are saying, oh, we took away some of your freedom, but we gave you guys most of your daily life back. And it's not like we took everything away from you. You just sat there all day, but we gave you guys most of it.
Okay, and y'all keep talking about Japanese Americans, but they weren't the only ones subjected to curfews, registration, censorship, and exclusion. Also, Germany, Italy, Hungary, Romania, and Bulgarians, they were subjected to internment camps. So the Japanese was the only one.
Time's up.
To conclude my commission, is issued that the incarceration was a grave injustice, and it was encouraged by racial prejudice, war hysteria, and the failure of political leadership. Unless you are inhumane and cold-hearted, you are only then only you could agree that the isolation of Japanese Americans was something that was simply meant to be. No, it wasn't.
The incarceration did not only prove that Japanese Americans were nothing but useless scum who the U.S. could give a rat's head about, but the racial profiling was still alive and well, ready enough to feed on their next victim. These relocation camps were filled with people who was accused of conspiracy of the bombers in Pearl Harbor just because of how they were looked and whether or not their loyalty was to the U.S.
Their loyalty might seem like it played a big part on whether or not the Japanese Americans were going to internment camps, but in truth, skin color and fear was the only sensible reason. Discrimination caused anti-Japanese sentiments. Therefore, the internment of Japanese Americans wasn't justified. Well, while my friend's looking for his picture.
I would like to show y'all something. Once again, it says right here, you can see in this picture, it says, "Japs, keep it moving." This is a white man's neighborhood. I don't understand how this was supposed to be. What's the name? What was it, Mama? That you had said, that you had read?
About racial prejudice?
Yes. Let's see. Okay.
To explain farther on what my friend was saying, you can explain that you guys claimed that it wasn't about racism, but the whites in the the whites in the nation, they discriminated against Japanese Americans because of their race. They feared that the Japanese were better because, can you bring back the paper I do? They feared that the Japanese were better. And for like proof, this document is called Japanese American Internment Camps. Although prejudice and discrimination played major roles in internment, economics and jealousy did also. As many Californians were jealous of economic success that the Japanese American farmers and store owners enjoyed. Thus arose a lot of anti-Japanese Americans feeling in the same way.
Even though our opponents may believe that the internment of Japanese ancestry was highly unjustified, it wasn't. They believe that we so-called put them in the internment camp because of their race and did not have the adequate security reasons or any act of sabotage documented by the commission. But the U.S. needed to make sure that everyone was safe.
Overall, the U.S. had to protect their country from being attacked. While some Japanese Americans were loyal to the U.S., most of them still worshiped the emperor in Japan and regarded his orders as more superior than the orders in the U.S. Also, the U.S. couldn't tell between loyal, true Japanese American citizens or the spies in Japan. So the danger of Japan invading the U.S. was the danger of Japan invading the U.S. was
The risk was high.
Oh, the risk was lowered instead of being high.
We also were protecting our nation because, like she said, Japan was connected to their ancestry. They still believed in they would believe they were Shinto, and they believed like the Shinto gods, and one of the gods was a death god. So if you have people worshiping a death god, why should you be allowed to walk freely among our land?
That's it.
Put up.